Good morning, viewers.
It's Tuesday morning here on The Pagan Perspective. I'm your host, Kara, and this week we're talking about when to do magic. The first part of this question, if I recall correctly, is about whether we should do magic on a schedule like every holiday and every full moon and things like that, or if we should just do magic whenever we feel like it. The second part of the question, if I recall correctly, is about how sometimes when we can't do ritual at a certain time and we meant to, we feel embarrassed and we think that the god and goddess and whoever we worship are mad at us or disappointed in us, and should we feel like that? Should we feel embarrassed?
Good morning, sun.
I'm going to try to do this as close to one take as possible because I'm not going to have a lot of time to edit. So, my answer to the first question is essentially both. I think that we benefit a lot from doing magic on a certain schedule, like times of power and times that will benefit and work well with our correspondences and things like that. But I also think we benefit a lot from doing magic just when we feel like it. And if those times don't necessarily overlap, then I don't really see a problem with that. I do magic whenever I feel like it because I know that I'm not always in the mood or able to do something on a Sabbat or on the full moon or whatever. And so I definitely use the idea that the power of, say, the full moon, for example, lasts for the day of, the day before, and the day after. So the day before and the day after, you can still access that same kind of power, so it gives you a little more leeway. And I really do believe that. It's not just entirely an excuse, but I heard that before, and I think it's true. So if it's the day before or after a Sabbat, I'll still do something, or I'll celebrate something a day or two before or after, just because I want to get it done and I couldn't do it the day of. Sometimes our schedules just don't match up very well. So I do think that it doesn't necessarily matter, but I think that it helps to do things on certain times. So my advice, and what I think I would do if I really wanted to do a spell or a ritual at a certain time for something and I felt it, and maybe a couple days later was the better day for it or something like that, I think that maybe if I waited for that other day, I might not feel it as much that day. So what I would do is do it on that first day when I feel it really strongly, and then I would just repeat it again when the proper time, quote unquote, comes around. So that way you already have it out there when you wanted to do it, but then you can also back it up with the correct time period if you want to. My answer to the second question, should we feel embarrassed and things like that when we can't do something? I don't know if we should, but I don't. And I personally think that the god and goddess and whoever realize that we can't completely change around our lives anymore. Everybody's life is not totally revolving around their religious practice, and so it would be really nice if I could always have the day free to do things when I want to, or it would be nice if by the time I got home after my long day, if I wasn't so tired and I could still do it, or it would be nice if I didn't have people in my house who are very loud or doing other things and stuff like that, so that I could have the privacy to do things. I personally feel that the deities I worship understand that, and so whenever I can do it is fine. I think that maybe we should feel embarrassed if we're talking about it all the time, or maybe not even doing that, but just if we're never doing anything, to show them that we care and that we if we're not putting out any kind of effort, I think then maybe you should feel embarrassed. But I think if you're doing something, even if it's a little daily devotion, like saying good morning to the sun every morning and things like that, I feel like if you're doing something to show that you're still in it to win it, I think they understand, and I don't think you should feel embarrassed by that. And a lot of us deal with it. I want you to know that. I know a lot of people deal with that because just in this day and age, I think it's so difficult for us to schedule things.
So I'm sorry it had to be short, but those are my answers to those questions.
I have to head to work now and do a couple other things today, so I don't know when this will be up, but it's here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.